Warning. The medical views expressed in this podcast are for entertainment purposes only and are not necessarily the opinions of medical professionals. They are the views of paranoid hypochondriacs, so if you actually have concerns, please see an actual doctor.
Hello. Welcome to our fourth and probably our last podcast. If you have
a
minor discomfort in your upper chest,
and you
immediately assume it's a cardiac arrest. Oh, doctor, please give me an answer. Got this pain in my left ball and I just know that it's cancer.
know that it's cancer.
Now all of our doctors are feeling harassed, so this is probably our last
Sounds like pneumonia.
Probably our last podcast.
Sorry, I'm just saying yes to something.
Oh.
Why is the weirdest thing?
Sorry, I'm just saying
a gig opportunity.
I'm just saying yes to something. That's
Does
so.
it get extra loud for everybody else when we laugh? That was really loud for me.
Yes.
That was incredible.
Hello. We have a
Wow.
very exciting guest with us today. You'll notice the new face. You might recognize this man as Carl Perkins from Sun Records.
How y'all doing?
You'll almost might recognize him from the show Good Trouble on Freeform.
How you all doing?
Every Tuesday night. What's your name on that?
Alex.
Alex on Good Trouble every
Yeah.
Tuesday night. But guess what? If you don't think you have enough of this man, you can get ready in October to be watching him in Watchmen, which starts in October on HBO.
Nice.
Also, there's a new show coming out and it's called Utopia. Doesn't that sound intriguing? I'd like to watch it. And it's a new show by Gillian Flynn.
Nice.
And who's it starring, you ask? John Cusack and Rainn Wilson.
wow.
Did I say that right?
Rain.
Yeah, Rainn. And it
Dwight
will
Schrute.
premiere on Amazon
Dwight Schrute, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
They're,
yeah.
In the
they're
near
British,
future.
so they
This-
only know the British.
If you're
office.
wondering this,
Right.
if you're wondering what this man's name is, his name would be Dustin Ingram.
Loud. That was loud.
the loudest applause I've ever received.
So, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited just to hang out with you guys.
Yeah. So you're aware what this podcast is about, right?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yes.
What is it?
It's called Probably Our Last Podcast, and it's a show for hypochondriacs by hypochondriacs. You get people's minor aches and pains, and we talk about all the things that we could die from.
Thank
we
you so
go.
much. I didn't
Yeah.
mean to put you on the spot like that, but you handled it very well.
You can take that clip and use it in each episode.
That's the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be on the side of buses somehow. Have you? Let's get straight into the questions. Would you consider yourself a hypochondriac?
You know what? I definitely used to,
Ah.
and there are still like, okay, bye.
You don't need to
you're
be a
not our guest.
hypochondriac to be on the show.
But yeah, oh yeah. You want to?
Wow.
You want a story right away?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
So this
Have
is
the stories, man. I'm looking at what I got here.
so this is Alex's fault.
Oh,
Okay.
First of all,
hang on. Should this be a story of the week?
This
It's
is a
probably
story
gonna
of the
be
week.
good.
Well, might as well.
really?
Okay.
I don't even know what that is yet.
Well, this is a
This is
segment
it.
that we like to call
Story of the
Oh my gosh.
Welcome, Dustin, to Story of the Week.
God, I didn't know that it was gonna be my time to shine.
Take it away.
I feel like I have to make it ominous now.
Well, fire away.
This story comes from Alex's fear of ball cancer
Oh, no.
Oh no.
and ball torsion.
Oh no.
Naughty.
It was an accident.
It was early last year.
No, I woke up with a pain in my boys.
Okay.
Right.
Not a pain, an ache.
An ache.
A minor
yeah.
ache.
Sometimes
pain.
worse.
Yeah.
Pain.
And I was gonna be taken off in like a week's time to go shoot something. I forget what it was. I think it was The Magician. at the
Just
time.
so much stuff. Just
That's-
working
yeah,
all the
that's what
time.
it is.
Can't
Dude, this
remember.
is already making my...
Your balls hurt.
He's
Yeah.
already feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can feel it. Feel it down in my plums.
So was this in the morning?
This was in the morning. I woke up and I was like, huh, that's not normal.
Mm.
And so I went a couple days just sitting a little differently than I used to, driving my car a little differently than I used to see if it would just pass.
Wow.
And it didn't. So I was like, all right, well, something's going on. So I scheduled an appointment with my general physician. And I went and saw him, and he touched me in an appropriate way that a doctor should
Good.
to check out something. of
He
this
did the
nature.
cup. We all know the cup and cough.
He did the cup. I didn't have to cough.
Oh, you didn't have to cough?
No.
Oh.
So you just cupped your balls gently.
I had to sing Ohio.
Oh.
The hell?
Good stuff. And I was convinced leading up to this moment, while I was driving to the doctor, I was going to have to get surgery because I had already done a WebMD search. I knew that I had ball torsion.
WebMD.
And that it was, I was going to have to get them like separated or untwisted.
Sorry, you knew that you had ball torsion from
I'm-
WebMD.
From my mind.
Right,
yes, I
yeah.
thought-
Yeah, I
I'm
was
sorry, this is the
convinced.
definition.
This is
Yeah.
a hypochondria right
I
here.
thought for sure I was.
Cyberchondria.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Yeah.
Hypochondria.
It's now a term. It's a term. What the hell is that?
That was a yawn.
That was a soundboard, not me, just so everybody's clear.
Yes, okay, so wow, so okay.
And I thought, oh no, I'm gonna have to get surgery before I take off. And I go, shoot, I'm gonna have to postpone it. Oh no. And got in, met with the doctor, and he said, how do you sleep? On your back, on your side? I said, usually sleep on my side. He said, oh, you're fine. You just crossed your legs while you were sleeping. And you just were cutting off, flow in one particular vein, which can cause this feeling. And he said, it'll go away in a couple days.
Oh.
And it did.
Oh, really?
Well, dude, it's good you went in quick. 'Cause
Yeah.
Those kind of things, usually I like kind of just wait and just let them fester in my mind. And it just gets...
I'm the only one of us here that's actually had a real ball problem and been to the hospital for it.
Don't speak too soon.
I will say I've never
You'll manifest it to yourselves.
I've
all of
never
you.
gotten checked. But the fear of like some kind of awful ball AIDS kind of thing. Or I found out that there is penis like cancer.
Yeah.
I think there's
So I
pretty
thought
much
I
every
had that.
type,
There's
isn't
every-
there?
yeah, you
There's
can get
every
cancer
type
anyway.
of cancer.
Thank you.
I,
And
It's true.
but yeah, that's terrifying. But the WebMD thing, it's funny. I didn't realize that was a story of the week and a WebMD because
That's
but that
another
comes
segment?
in. That WebMD is a place to be. WebMD, if you wanna ruin your day.
Was that your mom?
Yeah.
WebMD is a huge issue for stuff like that.
Oh my God.
It started when I was in high school when I started figuring out that was a thing.
Do you remember the first thing you searched on
Yeah,
WebMD?
I do.
What was
I'm pretty
it?
sure it was like testicular cancer.
That's a go-to.
And it
Yeah.
was
Started with that.
It was I had several periods. We've talked about this where I had ball scares. It was like the ball scare of 2011. And I was in high school, and I went through a period of several months where I had an aching, just a general aching in one of my testicles. And that's like general enough to where it could be a lot of things, but that's like one of the main symptoms of testicular cancer. It's just cancer. Mike
He's got
Tyson
tongue cancer
has
now.
and it just says general, dull ache in testicle is one of the main symptoms, and it would not go away.
No
and,
shit.
And I kind of deduced, or I think I know why I did it, and I've hurt myself several times doing the same thing. I was carrying an amp awkwardly up and down stairs,
That'll do it.
and I think that's what did it. And
So
yeah,
I mean, with the WebMD thing, though, you can just search a symptom that is just like. I think I spoke about this on the introductory episode, but we might cut it out because it was too long. But I was searching.
Keep it short this time.
I'd have a cough, right, for about 2 weeks, and then I had started getting dry lips and a dry mouth, and then I had this pain in my chest, followed by coughing up blood.
Oh my God, that's serious. When
Yeah.
the blood comes out of your
Yeah,
mouth.
yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
And immediately I searched up my symptoms, all of them.
Mhm.
AIDS.
Oh, yep. Ding, ding, ding.
AIDS. Yeah.
How old
AIDS.
were you?
This was when I was 22.
Okay.
Or sometime just like after paintball, and
Oh
yeah,
wait, this was after that.
yeah.
Okay.
And anyway, then I literally emailed a clinic just seeing times, and then I thought about it logically because I looked it up on WebMD and it told me I had AIDS basically because that's the start of AIDS, all of those things.
Right.
And I didn't have an appetite, all this kind of stuff.
What did it end up being?
So it was a cough. I had chest pains because
A
it
cough.
was just a cough. And so I had chest pains because of how much coughing, and the blood was just from scratching my throat up.
You were doing it so
it was
much.
all just a bad cough.
Wow. See, that's the thing about WebMD.
Cool.
That's the thing about WebMD is
Yeah.
that, first of all, if you whatever symptom you lead with, it gives you the worst thing first.
Yeah.
Or whatever you think you have, it gives you the most common symptom in the entire world.
Yes.
Right.
So
Like
it could be anything.
I blinked a few too many times today.
Yes, but and then it'll add
That's
stuff
it.
on
Uh-oh.
that you can like say. So if you just had one symptom, it'll say something so vague, like chapped lips, for instance. I probably didn't have chapped lips, but that was one of the things for the AIDS thing. But immediately when I read it, I went, God no,
My lips are chapped.
God no, my lips are drier than
Yeah.
the desert.
Yeah.
And they they're probably just regularly chapped, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah, any little thing, it becomes like a spiral, like a downward spiral, and every single thing you think of becomes dark, and then you start. I've got to the point where I pictured my death and stuff, and like
Oh,
doctor.
man.
Of course, the doctor always saying, "You should have come in, you stupid idiot."
I know.
Yeah.
Every time I go like, why didn't you show me your balls sooner? Like these are basically killing you. They've been killing you for like a month. And
Well,
like,
people ask you that all the time, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
and I just don't.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, the thing is, too, then you become, even if you don't have the symptoms that they list, you become hyper aware of things that you were never aware of.
Yeah.
So I remember just the past, I think about a month and a half ago, I was in the ER because I was, at the time, I didn't know, but I was severely dehydrated and a little malnourished. I'd lost like 4 pounds in a couple days. I wasn't eating. I had like a big audition, and I don't eat before auditions. Cause
I
I'm
do.
a
Me
weird
too.
actor.
Me too.
Can't do
No,
it.
no,
I
no.
can't.
We're the
Even when
same.
it's at like
Yeah,
6
trust me,
o'clock in
we're
the
the
evening.
same.
Yeah, I can't do it. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is.
Subconscious anxiety, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, because some people stress eat, and I'm the opposite. I can't eat when I'm
Same.
stressed.
same. So I wasn't aware of my breathing and how irregular, quote unquote, it might have been until they said, "How's your breathing?" And I went,
Oh right, yeah.
"It's not good."
Placebo.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, totally.
100%. Well,
Well,
that's WebMD for you.
That's
Do you know?
WebMD.
Do you know anyone?
Hold pause for soundboard.
When WebMD finishes, that has to
The
be
piano
played.
has to- yeah.
So
Yeah.
Now we know we can move on.
We can move on.
something else. That was so last minute. So
Hi, Jonah.
I was gonna ask you, Dustin. Do you know anyone else aside from
Alex.
me and my cousin that are hypochondriacs that stick out in your mind? Any family members? Any friends? You know.
I have. Tell me if this applies. Do you wrap germaphobes into the same?
Yes.
Actually,
Oh,
I
they're the
would
same phenomenon.
100% think that they go together.
Well,
Okay.
I would say
I
that
don't
they go
think you-
hand in hand.
I don't think
like,
you have to
merrily.
be both.
Yeah,
but
they're
I
not
think
mutually
you.
exclusive.
I think that if one is a germaphobe, they're more likely to have hypochondriac tendencies, and vice versa.
This is what it is. It's
Yeah.
cheese and crackers. They just go well together.
What? Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah.
I could list almost as many germaphobe moments as hypochondriac moments that I've had, like in the past, month or so.
Who do all of you?
But sometimes they link. I'm not a germaphobe, but the only reason, like, what I'm saying is that sometimes you're a germaphobe because you don't want to get sick,
Yeah,
and then so that's kind of like that is
Yeah.
kind of melded into one. Is that
Kind of.
Why else would you be a germaphobe?
well, just because
Why,
you're like
why are you yelling at me?
icky?
Because I have a microphone.
How close is the nearest sanitizer to you when you're, let's say, in your car? Do you have a sanitizer nearby?
yeah, is in my my side door panel.
I don't have
same.
a car.
I have one. Yeah, I have one in my bag. I have one, but I'm getting more and more lax about it. But that's something we could talk about later. Yes, my uncle used to, when he'd stay in a hotel room, he would bring a Ziploc bag and put the TV remote in the Ziploc bag.
Wow.
Oh,
he
yeah.
could
So
press
he
the
could
buttons.
press the button.
So
Honestly, that's I don't. I
Now
think
you're going to
that's-
do that, aren't you, Anna?
that's a-
Oh my God, he's bringing Ziploc bags
so
everywhere.
I don't have to wipe everything down.
What if my name was
Broken Glass Joshua.
What if my name was
So when you
hell
went to,
was that?
when you went, Alex, when you went to Japan, I thought it was supposed to be quite clean in Japan.
No, it's very clean for the most part. I mean, Tokyo is like there's no trash in the streets or anything like that. But I still,
What, you lost me?
I still, like wash my hands kind of incessantly, before eating or anything like that. But I remember being on the bullet train and, people lean their heads against stuff. You don't want to. So, like, sometimes I'd sit kind of in weird positions to avoid leaning my head against used, pillows or whatever. But, and also,
let their head down. You don't want to lean
I sometimes I'd get a
You're
little
not licking
relaxed.
it out.
No, but okay,
back
it
of
brings
your
up what
head.
I'm going to talk about next. There's a tray tables that come down, and I had these
Terrible
Lysol,
airplane
the
meal.
Lysol, the Lysol wipes.
Oh yeah.
And I those are great for the plane for me because if I don't have any other option, like if I can't wash my hands, those are great. So I took the tray table down and I wiped the whole thing. And I realized after a while I was just doing it kind of unconsciously, like maybe for a couple minutes. And I look over next to me to Mauro, who's the keyboard player, and he goes, "Are you gonna lick the table?" So you're gonna lick the table? I lost it because I know it's freaking weird. The worst germaphobe moment, I think, the point when I knew it was really bad, was at a house party with my buddy Shay, and I couldn't get to soap, and I'd shaken people's hands. I couldn't get to soap. And I wanted to eat chips. So I got a napkin, and I started eating the chips with...
the napkin buffer.
Yeah, the buffer.
yeah.
You started eating chips with a napkin.
Yeah, and Shay looked at me, and he said, "Alex, this is fucking ridiculous." He said, "This is ridiculous, dude."
That's so great.
Yeah.
So that was in Japan.
Not the chip one, but the tray
okay.
table
They don't
thing.
have chips and napkins in Japan.
In Japan. Dustin Ingram. What you're about to witness is a segment we like to call Destination Disease.
Destination Disease. I wonder if there's a song for that one.
I don't know. We'll see.
Destination disease.
This story
Very Lion King-y.
is from
Thank
the
you.
perspective of our granddad, Grandad Steve.
You're getting into character.
getting into character.
Okay, sorry. Shh.
I wake up in my bed. I'm in Budapest. In my house.
Pest. It's Budapest.
I know it well. I wake up. I know where I am. I'm at home. I'm comfortable. I step outside to start my day. Right? Beautiful morning sunshine. I think I'll go to my local market. I've been there many times before.
Of course.
I get to the market stalls.
Grandad Steve is here. I didn't think this would be happening.
And I'm like, excuse me. Where am I? I don't know where the fuck I am.
Oh, Grandpa.
This really happened.
Oh, shit.
Don't worry, carry on.
Right. She says, you're at so-and-so market. I don't recognise it. I don't recognise it.
That's you saying? That's Grandpa
Yeah.
Steve.
I look around. I have no idea where I am. I go to someone. I tell them I don't know where the fuck I am. They say, who are you? I don't know who the fuck I am. I don't know where the fuck I am, who I am, and how I got here. Then I realise I can't remember how I got here in the first place. I'm in the middle of a market. I fucking forgot everything. Right? And then that was it. And then he just remembered slowly where he was. That was a story from my granddad when he was in Budapest.
Okay, sorry. Bye, Grandpa Steve. Thank you for coming.
That's all right.
See you next time.
Cheerio.
Do you have any travel stories? Hypochondriac stories?
Wait, is that a real? That's your actual grandpa?
So that
real
that
story.
really happened. So that really happened.
Step granddad.
He actually stepped out, but We should have prefaced.
Huh.
He's probably the biggest hypochondriac we all know, I would say.
Yes, yeah.
So he always comes in. I mean, the listeners have heard
when we
this.
walked into that room that day, he generally said, "This is it. I'm going." He said, "I'm losing my mind." We said, "What are you talking about?" He said, I don't know where I was, and I know my brain is going." He said, "Just today, I didn't know where I'd left this and this and that," and he was saying how he was losing his mind. And then in the same sentence, my dad was there too.
Oh, this
In the
is so
same
funny.
sentence, he said, "But weirdest thing is, my head, fact, my body, peak of physical fucking fitness, mate. Peak of physical fitness." He said, "Just this morning, I did 200 push-ups." And my dad said, "Are you sure you didn't miscount?"
I remember. It's perfect.
That's a good joke. That's a very good joke.
Yeah, but it really happened.
Wow.
Yeah, this guy.
I think it's time maybe for an episode of something that we like to call
So many segments on this show.
Wait,
fan diagnosis.
real quick though, is there a song for this one?
Maybe.
Let's find out.
Maybe.
You know?
I'm afraid it's not looking good.
Hello,
Hello, is this Sarah?
this is Sarah.
Hey, you have made it to probably our last podcast. Welcome. How are you
Hi.
today?
I'm under the influence of a opioid
Whoa.
tramadol for my pain.
There you go. Whoa.
Whoa. So you're a perfect caller for today.
So
wow.
tell us where you're feeling your pain and where, and we'll diagnose you.
Okay, well, obviously in my sad little heart,
Oh.
but other than that,
Sad
it's the left shoulder joint.
Oh no.
The left
wait,
shoulder joint.
The left, just to make clear, the left.
Did you say the
Yeah,
left
only
shoulder
the
joint?
left.
Oh god.
Only the
Oh.
left.
It could have been the right, Sarah.
Okay.
Could have been the right. Well, I think I already know what it is, boys. Do you?
It's not looking
What is
good.
it? What,
It sounds like
what
you got,
is it?
Yeah, it sounds like you got a mole rat in your left shoulder.
Well, it could be that, or
I think it's instant death.
yep, instant left shoulder death is probably more like
Yeah.
it. Shoulder joint death.
Yeah. I'm
But anyway,
Oh,
anyway, thank you so much for calling in, and we hope you don't die. But it was a pleasure speaking to you, Zara.
great. Hang in there.
Well done. Instant shoulder death.
Bye.
Beautiful. Wow.
Yeah.
It's so sad to hear
Someone on like at the edge of their life.
at the end.
Yeah, at the end of
Yeah.
her life.
She,
Yeah.
you know,
so
she-
much ahead of her.
But she got to be on probably our last podcast. And let's be honest, that was probably her last.
Yeah, that's true. If it
Probably
wasn't
our
ours,
last podcast.
at least it was hers.
it was someone's.
So if you are dying, please call in, because it would be
Wouldn't this is what you want to do last?
yeah. Probably our I mean, this is for you. So yeah, okay, cool.
I got a couple DMs if you
Oh,
guys want
yeah.
to help
Oh.
some people on the Insta.
Oh yeah,
Nice. Okay, what are they saying? We'll speak to them directly via the internet.
Okay, so this is from Charlotte. She says, "I've got uterus cramping after having an IUD put in. Am I dying?"
I think you just. I just think you're dead.
She's already.
yeah. This
I
is,
think she's experiencing some kind of afterlife.
So here's what I think. I think
They have
somehow
Instagram in heaven.
something's gone wrong in here because she shouldn't be able to reach social media. She's dead, but somehow she's reached.
I
you.
think this woman could possibly be a floating phone at the
She's in
moment.
the eternal planes.
Wow.
And you just haven't noticed because you're not, as kind of medically savvy as
Sure,
us.
this is my first.
So she is dead. But that's
Great.
okay.
All right, well, next one.
And about next person.
This person just said shoulder pain.
Shoulder pain.
Oh,
Again?
Zara. It's Zara.
Oh, this is a different person.
It's a different
This is-
wow,
person.
man.
Well, that's the thing. Here, there is one thing that I know about shoulder pain, and
Mm.
I think it's why you guys asked me on the show. It's contagious.
Mm.
Any,
Ow.
yeah, be careful. Christian, don't get too
Hang on.
close.
I don't want to be any part of this.
Well, there's another thing about twins, and you guys will have whatever the other has, but I won't get into that just yet.
Oh,
Entanglement.
Entanglement, that's what it is, entwinglement.
Yes.
But any physical pain that you feel, any sores or aches you think isn't contagious, it is.
placebo.
So unfortunately, I believe this girl's name was Melanie. She's her name made you laugh?
I think you said it was Melanie. Like,
Her name?
I believe her name was Melanie.
Yeah.
Back when she texted me and she had shoulder depth.
So I'm pretty sure that's what did you say, a mole rat?
Mole
Mole
rat.
rat. Mole
Yeah.
rat. in
It
the
might be
shoulder.
mole rat in the shoulder.
Sorry. I've also got another one from Rob, who just lists, oh boy, lower back right side, recurring earache, also right side.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Now you guys are the professionals. I'm gonna leave this
Yeah.
one up to you.
He's definitely deaf. To me, it sounds like he's been listening to too much Carpenters.
Oh, yeah,
that's right.
that happens to me.
Because what
whenever I
happens
put
is-
rainy days and Mondays on.
Because what happens
I'm
is
gone.
no, because what happens is it's such beautiful music. The very essence of your particles inside of you, they start to congeal onto the better half of you, which is the right side of you, and they start to like kind of inside you and just kind of magically kind of effervesce, and then
Effervescent.
yeah, and then when you stop listening to the music, they get angry and they go. And they start attacking you because then you need to. If you're going to start listening to Carpenters, you need to keep it on rotation. Otherwise, your body's going to react accordingly.
Right. And just Alex, remind me real quick, what's that called?
It's called Listriatonic backside right ache.
What if my name was?
What if my name was? Hey, don't touch that, baby.
What if my name was?
What in the world is this segment?
I think that's about it for today, isn't
Yeah, I
it?
think we've had a good show. And
What is that?
Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank
great,
you for having
dude.
us.
No, it's
We love
it's
you.
really been
For
a blast.
having you?
Yeah, this is a lovely place you guys. Look, I'm just glad we're all not dead.
Me too.
So
Yeah.
far.
Live to tell another day.
One day.
This was.
Oh my god. That was shocking.
Okay, so that was another installment. That was the second and probably our last podcast.
Oh, thank you for having me.
If you have a minor discomfort in your upper chest,
And you
immediately assume it's a cardiac arrest. Oh, doctor, please give me an answer. Got this pain in my left ball and I just know that it's cancer.
Know that it's cancer.
Now all of our doctors are feeling harassed, so this is probably our last
Sounds like pneumonia.
probably our last podcast.